with that, I guess that's it for the crime scene. You got a description of somebody doing something weird. Doesn't sound like anybody you know, which is good.
Chopping off heads,
Chopping off heads in broad daylight on busy streets.
Killed me with a sword, Mal.
And, importantly, taking the heads, it seems.
The alligators, it's hot.
Yes.
It's hot. We're gonna
Reggie,
bust
you
this
remember
case
when
wide
we...
open.
You remember when you wrestled crocodile? No, you wrestled alligators in the Louisiana Bayou. You remember you practiced your Brazilian jiu-jitsu just off the coast of New Orleans.
The key is you have to you should bear hug their mouths. They have very strong closing power, but not much opening power. That was the trick.
I remember you dislocated your hip to make sure you could wrap an entire leg around the creature.
Now it pops up like that. That's probably where the deflation came from.
Doc, you got her.
It's all coming together. My backstory.
Skin doctor. It's just amazing.
Well, maybe we could get some Tiger Balm for your
Tiger Balm.
your hip.
Tiger Balm doesn't work. Let me show you how it works. I pull out a bottle. Just genuine 100% panther milk. You don't use balm. You got to use the liquid stuff. Let it soaking through the skin, Doc. Soaking through the skin. I'm telling you, it's going to make us millions. Right here in Shanghai. I've got a whole case being shipped here. Freshly milked.
Glorious.
I'll rub a little bit
my spare time we've been like synthesizing and purifying the panther milk.
We have been 100% pure.
Just distilled down to a powder form that you can snort.
I hear they're coming out with this thing called franchising. You ever heard of it, Doc?
What do you
Sounds French. I'd love to hear more about it.
That sounds French. Well, we could go
Talk to the gang. Let's go.
Wherever the alligators are.
Let's just fuck around for longer.
Is this the Green Man gang?
Get me a snorkel. Let's go down into the sewer.
Exactly.
So your current leads that you can investigate are: you could go to the Mythos Mystery Society, you can go to the Green Gang, or you can go to Victor Sassoon.
My vote's the gang.
The gang.
The gang.
I followed Reginald in the worst. I'll go to the gang too.
Sure.
I hope it's green because they're all alligators.
So you get to the Green Gang hangout, and it's immediately kind of a shocking sight. There are people, like gang members, like laying knocked out in front of the building. Like just a bunch of, like, somebody shoved in a trash can. There's like just people like laying against the wall. It seems like this gang just got like turned over.
Don't call me an alarmist, but I think something has happened here.
Are they dead, William, or just unconscious?
I'll go check and see if one's unconscious or dead.
They're just kind of like, they're not even necessarily unconscious. They're just like, you can tell, a quick medical like checkup. You can tell they've been beaten up. Like all of them are just kind of like, just knocked the shit out of them. And they're like, kind of like, and they're just all dizzy and like kind of have the hell beat out of them.
I'll solemnly look down, look over at Reginald, shake my head and said, he's not going to make it to dinner tonight.
Quick, Reginald,
Make it quick.
Quick, Reginald, I know they're not doing too well. Do what you did in the Amazon. Use your armpit. It's the strongest smelling salts in existence. Just let them breathe deep. Awaken them, and we can ask some questions.
I think it's time to put them out of the misery.
I've already done it.
Oh, shoot.
Knife's already going in. I'm sorry.
It's that scene from Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, slowly.
At that moment, that's when another Green Gang member goes, like a window cracks on the second floor, and he just comes flying out and lands in front of you.
Well, what do you think, Reggie, for the thrill of the hunt? And I hold the door open for him to go, like, barging in.
Ah, yes, the game is afoot, and I'll run in, knife in hand.
You hear a commotion upstairs, but what you see when you run inside is just almost wall to wall, just beat up gangsters, like just everywhere, like leaning against the wall. Some of them on the stairs. It looks like a couple of them maybe tried to fire off a couple of shots and like just bullet holes in the wall. But yeah, you hear a commotion upstairs.
I will continue that direction.
And
Follow suit.
just to make it,
But like 12 feet behind him.
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm in a dead sprint.
you hear commotion on the other side of a door when you get to the second floor. Like a door is shut, and you hear like somebody just like punching and like gunshots go off and like all this other stuff.
I don't stop my sprint. I drop kick the door.
You drop kick the door and it knocks somebody off to the side, like another gang member, and that's when standing in the middle of the room, like this one guy gets knocked out to the ground, and there's a man standing in the middle of the room. He looks like he's kind of a little disheveled. He's wearing a blue tuxedo, and he kind of like and he turns around, and it's your old friend Sam from the boat. He goes, "Oh, hey guys." He spits a tooth out. He's like beating all hell, but it seems like he's won this fight. There's literally nobody else in this building that's conscious, and he just goes, it's fancy seeing you guys here. You guys are lucky I don't have an itchy trigger finger. He's like, his fists are like covered in blood.
I have my hip flask. I just open it up and I just hand it over to him.
Oh, thanks. Oh God, I need this so bad. You don't even know.
I'm gonna pick his tooth up off the ground that he spit out, and I'm gonna put it in a little thing of panther milk. You know?
It's a preserver.
It'll grow into a fang, I promise.
We can reattach it later.
I usually just kind of ram it back in there. Well, that sounds like a way better idea. How's it going? He pulls a chair, like he lifts the chair so that the guy he hit with it earlier like falls out of it, and he pulls it up and he sits down. How's it going?
Well, we were here to interrogate some of these gang members about a four-fingered man that it smells of a dirty dock.
Lei just goes, yeah, interrogate them. Reginald, they were our friends.
What?
Sam just goes, well, you just missed him. Yeah, I went here to, do what I do, the best way I know how to get information.
Yeah. So what'd you get, Sam? I mean, you beat a lot of people. First off, why'd you beat a lot of people up? Second off, like, what did you learn?
I'm trying to get to the bottom of a string. Oh, first of all, hang on a second. He's kind of like readjusting the scene. First of all, don't call me Sam. My name's Vic. Second of all, why are you guys here? Like, what are you investigating? We just met you on a boat, and for all we knew, you were just going on a fun vacation.
That four-fingered man who smells like a dirty dock. I mean, that's...
Four-fingered man? I didn't see any of them over here. Everybody else. I got a good look at everyone's 5 fingers on both hands, let me tell you.
We have reason to believe he perhaps was a gang member of some sort.
Oh, you probably could have asked somebody here about where they were from, huh?
We'll take one back, and we'll probably keep one of these gang members and interrogate him back at the home office.
He spits another tooth out. Yeah, well, okay. He's a little bit of a nosebleed.
He's only got 3 teeth left. Like one here, 2 over there.
Well, okay. The only things I'm here as part of a group.
Yes, we met Lilith at the...
Oh, that makes this a lot easier. Okay, well, yeah, I'm here trying to get to the bottom of the Victor Sassoon's whole gambling issue, the Cannondrome Incidents. Trying to figure out if any of the Green Gang members know anybody who's won a lot recently, or cheated, or anything. I personally think wacky supernatural, maybe. Otherwise, Victor probably wouldn't have called Armitage to tell us to get over here or anything like that. But as far as I can tell, Green Gang, not it.
Well, Nick, what you should do is you should go undercover into the casino and gamble.
Well, we don't know which casino it's gonna be. It's always a different casino in the Cannondrome. But yeah, if you wanna talk to Victor Sassoon, maybe you have information I don't have. But we could I can get you there. I can make it easy. We could go together if you want. But the only guy here that got away was their leader, and he I don't know where he went. He threw a bunch of people at me, pow. But he's gone now. So we'll wait for him to come back, I guess. But I'm gonna go back to Victor and tell him what I learned. If you want to come with me, we can do that together.
Yes, in lieu of any other leads, I think that sounds.
Yeah, I mean, why not? We gotta be careful. There's dangerous alligators.
What the? Where? What the fuck?
Well,
He stands up a little bit. His leg kind of like makes a little bit of a rackety noise because he's got a brace on. He's like, you don't. He puts his foot on the chair and it's made out of alligator leather. And he's like, don't fucking talk about alligators to me, okay? I will kill them. So, okay. So you coming with me? We're going?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to, he kicks the guy on the floor that looks like he's about to get back up. Sorry to, ruin your plans, I guess. I'm not that sorry. Let's go. And with that, yeah, if we're going to Victor Sassoon's, this might be the last thing we do tonight.
Okay.
Based on time. Let me see how we're doing. Yeah, this will be the last thing we do tonight. Vic takes you to the Shanghai Race Club, which is a horse racing club. Because Victor is with you, he easily kind of waves past security and everything like that. When you get to the race club, it's like really, really nice horse racing derby. It seems like it's kind of a big deal for Shanghai. Like, a lot of people, no matter what standing you are in life, seem to come here for entertainment. So it's a pretty busy place. You get there, and Vic waves you past security and everything. There's an elevator that takes you up to kind of a clubhouse. And before, while you're in the elevator, before Vic presses the button, he's just like, I just want to let you know, this Sassoon fellow, runs Shanghai. He's a bit of a, what's the word for it? Rich people don't like him. So he could be kind of a character. I don't know. Maybe appeal to his better tastes. Whatever. He presses the button. It kind of goes up.
Do we not look like people of class to you?
You're looking at him who has like a black eye. He's missing two of his teeth. His face is all cut up. His shirt's all ripped and stuff. He's like, no, you look fine.
Great. Overlooking the racetrack. Hey, Reggie, this reminds me of when you boxed Clydesdale horses in Scotland. You remember when we did that?
It's a lot harder when they have the metal on the hooves, but the key is to just dip and dodge and really get a nice right hook in their gullet.
Yes, I recall. Anyway.
I've never punched a horse. I don't really see any. You can't get any information out of them. And you know what they say? You never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Well, and you never give one a left straight either, because they come right back at you.
Their hooves.
Their hooves, the rear kick.
Lei's just like, this elevator is taking forever.
Oh, you have to hit the button.
Oh yeah, sorry. He hits it like 6 times.
You gotta pull the rope. So
yeah.
Once you get up to the top, Vic isn't really paying attention. He as the doors open slowly, and there's a medium-sized 4-legged thing that is running straight at you.
Get the gloves.
I'll 4-legged thing, right? I'll give it the elbow. I'll just drop my elbow on it and fall. Full weight.
Before you do that, Vic notices, holds you back a little bit, and then it's kind of looks like a dog. It like jumps up on you and it starts licking your face. But it's not a dog. It doesn't quite look like a dog. William, you're probably the only. No, Reginald. Absolutely, you would know. Give me an intelligence check. Or if there's some sort of animal identifying thing.
Yeah,
Maybe biology or something?
I have biology, I have survival, I also have natural world.
Any of those, whatever you want to do.
I will do natural world as that's the highest. 40 even, which is low enough.
Okay. This is a thylacine, also known as a Tasmanian tiger. They went extinct in the 1930s, so right now they are an exotic animal and they are on the endangered species list, but they are very much not dead yet. But yeah.
Reginald didn't just shoot like 500 of these.
I've got a Tasmanian wolf coat back home.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thylacine's licking your face, and you hear from the other side of this gorgeous room, there's like red Persian rugs on the floor and these pillars and a window that's floor to ceiling that's overlooking the racetrack and everything like that. And there's a bunch of couches that are set up for rich bureaucrats or whoever Victor Sassoon wants to call over to watch the races with, have a comfortable seating area and stuff. And you hear a man yell from the other side of the room, Benjamin, will you please get off of our guests? He's new here. And a man kind of stands up. He's kind of a thinner man. He's wearing a very, very nice tuxedo. He has two other men next to him. One of them is shorter and a little bit larger, and the other one is kind of a skinnier man with big glasses. But he kind of stands up and he says, Victor, I see you've brought some friends. Allow me to make my presence known. I am the esteemed Victor Sassoon. I am the one who runs things here in Shanghai. It is a pleasure meeting you. If you're a friend of Vic, you're a friend of mine. And he holds out a hand for handshakes.
Handshake it is.
Do the same, yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Introductions all around, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a charm. Actually, everybody roll a charm check. Let's see what Victor Sassoon, the rich guy, thinks of all of you.
Even with
William Cartwright. I'm gonna do shitty.
I'm gonna do shitty too.
I got it.
Fail. 42. I still got blood on my hands from the corpse.
I am not going to spend the luck. I could spend 7 luck to make it to see, but I'm not going to.
Oh.
So he doesn't like any of you?
No, I've got it by a lot.
He got it, yeah.
I got 33 out of 90.
He looks at William and Reginald. He looks at William and Reginald and just goes, well, a friend of Victor's is a friend of mine, and you, my good sir, you look like a man of means, he says to Max specifically.
I can appreciate one of authority and of class.
A man of wealth of two.
I start pouring myself a glass of his scotch.
Come, please.
Yes. Yes.
He's actually okay with Max doing that, but I think you just used your charm. You're gonna have to roll again if you want to keep doing shit like that. But
That is the funniest shit.
I was just having a conversation here with Mr. Henry Morris and Dr. Jardine. If you would like to join us, we were discussing the Cannondrome Incidents, as I'm sure Vic has illuminated you on. And Vic just goes, It's like, okay, well, take a seat if you will. Go get yourself introduced to my guests, and I shall get a messenger boy to get us something to eat. How would you like that?
Messenger boy.
Sounds delightful. I for some reason I'm in the mood for an alligator gumbo.
You see Vic just goes,
perhaps something else.
Perhaps something else.
The rarest animal that you have.
He looks to the dog.
Lei just kind of stands kind of towards the back of the room, feeling a bit uncomfortable. He's not entirely pleased with these rich foreign people in Shanghai that have kind of like taken over the place and everything like that. But he's still in the room present and everything like that. But he's just kind of like
Victor
standing
leave,
up.
or
No,
or
Victor's
did
Victor's making himself at home because he doesn't give a fuck what Victor Sassoon thinks of him. So
But,
he's
I
like
meant
kicked his
Victor
feet up on the
Sassoon.
table and like laid back on a couch
So
and
is
stuff.
Victor Sassoon still there, or did he leave?
Sassoon is just going over to like
Okay.
kind of like this like kind of talk box to order food.
Gotcha.
Talkie bucks. We're doing takeout.
But Dr. Jardine kind of makes himself known. He's like, "Hi, yes, I'm Dr. Jardine. I am here on business. What are you here for?"
I'm here on. Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead. No, doctor, please.
I'll say, well, reach out, I'm like, doctor, and I'll introduce myself as a doctor, like, intellectual curiosity,
Oh,
and then I'll shake her hand.
his.
And what are you a doctor of? Oh, his. What are you a doctor of?
Oh, I'm a doctor. A doctor of medicine. He says. You can tell he. Well, roll me a psychology check.
Math. Doctor of geometry.
What would be like? I'm a doctor of like. What's like a really like soft thing like human studies? We're like, oh,
Yeah.
you wasted.
Oh.
I got a doctorate in liberal arts.
What was that? Psychology. Sorry.
Psychology, yeah.
Yeah, got it. I'm fine. It is alphabetical. That's for sure.
An extreme. Okay.
An
So
extreme
here's
success.
here's what you know about Dr. Jardine. First of all, when he says a doctor of medicine, you can tell he's being dubious about it. Like he probably knows in the back of his head what he does isn't great, but damn is it lucrative. But that kind of sparks an idea in your head. You're kind of, you're a doctor and you've heard the name Jardine before. Dr. Jardine is a family. The Jardines are basically the, I guess you can say Bill Gates of that time. They're probably the richest family in the world at the moment. Or one of, at least. The problem is that the reason they're rich is kind of an asshole thing. Because they made most of their money funding the opium crisis. So, yeah, so you're coming to the realization that you're in a room with people who are assholes. Like, these are rich people that have taken advantage of Shanghai. And, that kind of sparked you're just like, it's just, these people aren't great. Like, they're kind of the dickheads ruining Shanghai. And, like, you're now in a room surrounded by them. And he goes, and you, good sir, and he points to Max. He's just like, what are you here for?
Oh, we're just here, taking a boat into Shanghai. Actually, if you have just a moment, pull out a bottle of Panther milk.
Oh.
We're actually here to spread the good news of a modern medicine coming straight to you from America, which came straight to you from Africa. So it's been to 2 places, refined by Americans, pumped out of the teats of a panther in Africa. Probably South America, actually, is where panthers are. But they're the African panthers are very different. Very different. The silkiness of the way they nurture their young, the milk. But
you've already sold me when you said you have a new drug you want to peddle.
It's a cure-all, give-all. Tell me, sir, I don't know if you've had any of the scotch. I poured him a glass of the governor's scotch and I handed over. I don't know if the stuff gives you a hangover, but if it does, just 1 drop of Panther milk right here in the scotch. I'm telling you.
Oh,
Wake up, feeling fresh.
I'll have one of my servants try it. Give it the old test,
Sure, I put a droplet of Panther milk in this expensive whiskey, and I hand off a glass.
Yeah, he's gonna save it for later. He kind of just puts it to the side. Hopefully, he doesn't forget it, but he might.
You see the drop of Panther milk goes there, and it goes.
There's a little cloud that looks like a skull. And
but yeah, we're here testing out the market. Just giving it a feel for seeing what this new medicine could do and maybe how it could be distributed. even.
Well, I have my ways. That's all I shall reveal for now. You'll have to butter me up a little bit more than that if you want to get more out of me. Henry Morris, the other guy in the room, kind of leans over. He's the smaller, kind of larger man. And he just goes, I'm Henry Morris. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm the owner of the North China Daily, which is the most prestigious newspaper in all of Shanghai. And it's a pleasure meeting you both.
Pleasure to meet you too, I'm sure. Reporting the truth and nothing but the truth, right?
Sometimes truths are better. Just got you, fucking with you.
Come on now.
Oh, you almost had me there. Some truths are better left not told. If you catch my drift. Especially if they're... he turns to Jardine and he goes, especially if they're lucrative, if you catch my meaning. Which brings us to the Cannondrome Incidents. It seems like Mr. Aces here has taken you under his wing. More the merrier, I say. We are perfectly willing to pay you if you help us with our investigation. I don't know if you know, but I funded the Cannondrome. And the Cannondrome is, just to, because it comes up a lot, it's a Greyhound dog racing track and entertainment center. So, like, I was gonna give a very Illinois, like, example. It's like the World Music Theater, but for dogs. But, like, it's kind of like a big, like, entertainment center. It has a dog racing track, but it also has, like, music that they play and everything like that. He goes, well, we're one of the most, it was opened, only last year, but lately we've been having a lot of trouble getting some musical acts. We had the prestigious Phyllis Barnes was booked to play, but she just didn't turn up. Canceled without saying anything. Terrible, I say. That's bad business. You shouldn't do things like that. And then we tried to get Mary Z, and Mary Z, again, turned up. Missing, I guess. She's a local, so we figured that would work, but she doesn't show up. So, no, I don't know if it's due to the Cannondrome incidents. And Victor Sassoon comes back to the table and he's holding a scotch, a different one, not the bad one that you made. And he goes, "Yes, the Cannondrome incidents. Let me illuminate you. If our dear friend Aces has yet to do it, it's better to get it straight from the horse's mouth, as they say. Unless if you give that horse a straight hook, you know what I mean?" He goes, "The Cannondrome incidents, much like the great amusement world." What the fuck is the name of that place you were at yesterday? Great World Amusement Arcade. Yeah, last night was hit, but there's been a string of lowlives winning at a possible rate. It seems like they've almost rigged something, and we need to get to the bottom of it because we can't have the Cannondrome's reputation going down the drain so easily. If it goes down the drain, that means Shanghai goes down the drain. It's the only, it's one of the most prestigious things in town, and if it goes bad, then the whole economy of Shanghai can go under. So we need to get to the bottom of this thing. If you'll pardon me a little bit of speculation, I can't help but think that it's related to something that our arcades are. And then you see, like, Dr. Jardine goes, "Oh, here it goes again." It's just like, our arcade machines are the most well-checked and sought after. We were built by the damnedest minds in the universe, and I refuse to believe they could be rigged or stolen, and there's something deeper's going on here, if you ask me. He takes a sip of his whiskey.
So there's been multiple arcades that this has happened at?
Yes. At least in the past, like, month, there's been almost weekly occurrences of local gangsters winning big, impossibly big. It can't be coincidence, I say. It's never in the same spot twice in a row, I've noticed.
Well, it just so happens that we have been investigating something similar ourselves, although it's a little early to say. But we do have some leads.
Is that so? Well, if you don't mind, well, if you would like to join our investigation, we would pay you handsomely if you solve the case.
Yes.
The normal like silver-tongued Devil Max is speechless at the sight of money.
Vic just goes, "Oh yeah, that brings me to," he like burps a little bit. That brings me to what I learned. Green Gang, not part of it. Didn't find anything there. So that's one gang down. I got several more I could punch. But it's not the Green Gang. Well, I'll leave you to divulge that if you feel like. But they mentioned something about a four-fingered man, I guess. And you see Victor Sassoon like eyes widen at that, and then all of a sudden, a young boy bursts through the elevator, and he's like catching his breath, like he's been running, and he's just like, Sir, we it's been reported there's a four-fingered man just won the trifecta. So a four-fingered man just won the trifecta. What does it mean? Yeah, and we will continue there next time.